Hi everyone, this is Jamela over at Viva La Vintage for your home. Thank you again for tuning in for another episode of Living the Lifestyle of the Thrift and Famous. I would love for you to join the Thrift Squad, so go ahead and click that subscribe button and you'll get all the videos and be inspired on how you can decorate your home on a budget. In today's video, we're going to talk about how a handshake in a house became the Brick Cottage project. Yes, I'm going to take it back to how this brick cottage became me and my son's first venture into a fixer-upper. In this small town, quite often someone will either just let somebody know that they're selling a house, or they may pitch a sign outside before they actually venture into a realtor. But luckily, this happened where the owner said to my brother, well, find yourself a neighbor, and there it goes. He called me up, and instantly I ran over. And see, these are the pictures from when I went to see the house, and this is pretty much how it looked on the inside. But I knew it was a diamond in the rough, and I just wanted to take on the project, so I called up my son, and I said, we're going to do this, and this is the house we're going to start with and get it. So like I said, on that day, we had to make a decision because it was no time to waste for anything of getting an inspection. I had to say, I'll take it. And we took it. And after that brief tour with a handshake, the deal was made. And next up came the clean out. And here is the clean slate that we started with once they got everything out. Now, the rehab of the house was a slow process, but we took our time, and we still are taking our time with it. But it's almost 99% complete. However, we did clean it out, and we pulled up the carpet, and we changed out the kitchen. We did the bathroom. Those got a total overhaul. But the living room and the dining room and the bedrooms was paint and new flooring, basically. Another selling factor is that the house already had central air and heat installed, so that was a plus too. Here you can see how badly damaged the floors were. But I always reflect back on our first house that we bought at 23 years old. It was a complete gut job and a rehab project. My father said, it's still standing, so everything else is cosmetics. And that stuck in my mind when we started working on this, and I had to reinforce with my son that our house, our first house, was 100 times worse than this. And I'm glad we did pull up the carpet, because as you saw in the previous slide, that some of the wood there was showing a sign of termite damage. But we had it inspected, and there were no more termites in the house. Apparently that was prior damage. In the kitchen, we kept the top cabinets, but we removed the bottoms because there were some drawers missing, and there was no need to try to get drawers remade. We just figured we'll just replace the bottom cabinets and countertops. It would have been great to be able to have saved the floors, but some of them were cut out and plywood was replaced. So we just gave the walls a fresh coat of, it was a very pale gray, and then we trimmed it in black for more of a contemporary look. And just by removing the carpet and lightening up the walls, it made the house feel more spacious. Now, in his mind, he's just doing work, to get the house together. But in my mind, I'm feeling like this is something that is so special, that we're working on this project together, creating this home, and eventually hopefully establishing, a venture to buy more houses to get into the rehabbing of homes. And as they say, you have to crawl before you walk. So this was our crawling effort in growing into our business of buying homes. I'm very, very proud of Amir and myself for taking on this project and trying to create a house that would be beneficial for as residual income, or for him to live in. As a child, Amir was always one to like putting things together, more so being more book-wise or in an office. So I always said that his career would be something where he's more hands-on. But anyway, this is how the house looks after all the flooring was laid and all the rooms were painted. So this was the clean slate of how everything finished, how we finished all the rooms. Now, we did have a tenant move in first, and then Amir came 1 year later, and that's when we decorated the house, which I'm going to show you in the next slides. But I just wanted to give you a tour of how it looked once we finished everything. The bathroom was nice and cleaned up and everything looks good. So, you know, we didn't do a whole lot of work, but it really just needed a lot of TLC and tweaking. Now, the back part of the house, that was torn down because we had to get that, in order to get the house insured, that had to be removed. So it was torn down, and then we had a deck built on the back of the house. And I love how that turned out. It gave it an extra little space that wasn't back there before. So having the deck attached to the house was much easier than trying to rebuild that whole structure again. And originally it was kind of stained with a blue top coat, but after a while the weather gave to it and the element and so forth. So we just painted it all black. And the black paint around the deck really gave it a more elevated look. So I can, you know, visualize seeing nice little patio furniture out there, some lights and so forth. And as you're sitting out in the deck, you can look back into the forest. So it's pretty much privacy back there. There's no other houses in back of this one. So you'll have a lot of privacy. We put up some lattice across that the yard area there because the post was there, but nothing was in between. And then if you notice, we installed brand new windows, and that made a world of difference. And then after the windows, then we decided to have it, well, we had a new roof put on the house. Again, we're taking everything in steps, and year after year, we're making more and more upgrades. So having the new roof and the new windows, then we closed up the finished off the soffits, or whatever that's called. I'm not sure what it's called, but we had that finished off as well to close it all in and give it a more boxed look. And then we painted that black as well. And next up is a new front door and also some landscaping, and this house will be complete. And this is how it looked when my son moved in. He had moved away, and then when he called and said he was moving back home, I was thrilled because then I get to decorate the house the way I envisioned it to look. Of course, all his furniture was thrifted, and I was helping him find all the pieces, and he kept saying, now remember, Mom, I'm a minimalist, so I had to keep everything to a minimum. And after all, it is a cottage. It's 1,100 square feet, so you don't want too much furniture in the house because it would make it seem smaller. But overall, I was thrilled at how it looked, and he loved it. And we've had several dinner parties there, hanging out, and the house just became the home that I had envisioned him having as a young man starting out on his own. There's nothing wrong with having a small starter home. Not everyone can start off with big fancy homes, but you just learn and you just be thankful for the process that it's going to take you to get what you want. It's all about growing into what you have and what you need in life. Not only working on this home and how it came out was a satisfying effort, but it also bonded our relationship even more as mother and son because we formed this little partnership together in working in the home, and it became a business venture for us both. And again, I didn't want him to spend a lot of money decorating the house, so using thrifted finds was always the first thing for me to look at for him to use. And this bedroom came out so great. It was featured in Curated Quarters magazine on maximizing style with a minimum budget. In the other bedroom, well, he moved, so we didn't get a chance to do anything there. But the bathroom was also decorated, and everything just looked so nice and pristine. So like I said, it just gave him a feeling of satisfaction and a job accomplished. And since this turned out so well, it became a catalyst for us to form a business. So along with my other son, my sister, and her 2 children, we bought houses together, rehabbed them, and now we have rental property. And after we formed that partnership, this became our property number 2. This again is another 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom, kitchen, living room, and dining room cottage home. And now we have a renter in that property. And then after that one, then we bought property number 3. Again, another 2-bedroom house that we rehabbed, and now we have rental income. And this is our 4th property, and this is a 1-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. I hope this video inspired you to take the leap into home ownership and or investing in real estate. Again, you don't have to start off big. Start off small and then work your way up. I hope you like this video. If so, go ahead and click that like button, drop me a comment, and don't forget to share. Thank you again for tuning in with another episode of Living the Lifestyle of the Thrift and Famous. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.